My man A.K.O.Y.E, what's good with you?
What's good with you, Mills?
Oh, I'm chilling, man.
Oh, man. Same here, man. Same here.
Tomorrow, big day.
Yeah.
NFL opening. It's the real opening day because that Thursday
yeah.
night football shit don't count.
Nah, it don't count. I don't even think the players like Thursday night football, but, they do it because it gets more ratings and it's like stealing views in the middle of the week, so it's a good breakup. But I don't think the players like it because they can't give you a good game and they can't get prepared to really perform. So I think it's just something to do to grab ratings, but it's bad for the players.
You're a big Dallas Cowboy guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm a football guy.
But you're a Dallas Cowboy guy too.
Yeah. 100% love my Cowboys.
So why is it, or why this year will the Dallas Cowboys be competitive?
Well, you got to look at it this way, right? I like to keep the fan optimism in there, right? But I don't think I really need it when it comes to the Cowboys this year. And if they lose or if they don't perform, it won't be because I'm wrong. It'll be because they just didn't live up to their potential. But I don't think you can argue that there's a team that is as deep as the Dallas Cowboys right now. You know what I mean? You might argue that positionally, you might have a player in a position that you can say is better, arguably. But you don't have three quarterbacks that are like, well, I won't say starting quality for Trey Lance yet, but we all know about the Trey Lance trade. But you got Cooper Rush, who gave us good time last year, and Dak Prescott at the quarterback position. Although we lost Zeke at the running back position, we still have TP, who I think with more carries is going to, go off. Then you have Deuce, who I think is a good change of pace guy, and Rico Dowdle, and then I like the kid Hunter Lipke too. So we have four running backs that I don't think any one of them can replace Zeke, his production when he was at his peak, but collectively, I think that group still got better because we went from having two running backs, one aging, to having four that are still young and explosive. All of them are explosive in their own right. So, got better in the running back position. Tight end room is packed. Offensive line's pretty good. I think everybody would argue that as long as they don't, stay injured this season. So that's offense right there. And our receivers as well. Like, you got to go down to Jalen Brooks or Kevontae Turpin to look at like guys that are on the fringe of this roster when it comes to wide receiver, but your starting four are crazy. You got Gallup, you got Cooks, you got Lamb, and I think Jalen Tolbert is going to prove that Kellen Moore's scheme was a little bit too complicated for him last year. So when you look at just the wide receiver room, we have good wide receivers. Can you argue that you have number one wide receiver somewhere? Yeah, of course. But collectively, that room is deep. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get on the defensive side of the ball, I think barring linebacker, and I really wouldn't even say that, but barring linebacker, I think we're pretty deep too. And the reason I say I wouldn't say is because Micah Parsons rotates at middle linebacker, and then we use some of our safeties at linebacker too. And we got a deep safety room. We got 6 safeties that are good. You know what I mean? So 6 corners that I would say can play, that I wouldn't be worried about playing. Our defensive ends are crazy. So the depth on that team, if they do anything less than they did last year, it's their own fault. That's why you can say this year they're different. Because I think if you go 12-5 twice, and the second time you do it with an injury-riddled team and your number 2 receiver being Noah Brown, and you come into this year with a Brandon Cooks who's been a 1,000-yard receiver everywhere he's been, with bum quarterbacks at that. You know what I mean? So if you look, not all bum quarterbacks, but you know what I mean. But when you look at that, you can't say that we didn't get better offensively. You can't, or more explosive even. You can't say that we didn't get better defensively. When, last year I think that we got a little old at linebacker. We had Barr in there who I think gave us good reps, but I don't think was more than what Damone Clark is going to give us this year. So I look at it now. And then corner as well. Our second corner, we had Anthony Brown. I appreciate what he did for us, but he's not Stephon Gilmore. You know what I'm saying? So we got better there too. So if you got better defensively and better offensively and you were 12-5 twice, how can I say, you can't get past the divisional round at least this year? You know what I mean?